self-esteem issue? Like what causes people to do that type of stuff?
Okay, well, if you were to take Khadijah and Mukhtar, I don't know if I told you, Khadijah, when she was here in 2002, she attacked Karima, the white girl. The white girl was from Boston, but she also went to Oakland. They knew each other. So I don't know whether it was an attack or a real attack. But Khadijah has always been the attack dog for Abdul-Malik. I think I mentioned that. She attacked Halle Berry, that's what we call Zakiya, Halle Berry. She used to look like Halle Berry, I don't know, I heard she getting a little chubby, but it don't make no difference. So she attacked, when Abdul-Malik wanted somebody attacked, Khadijah would do it for him. Khadijah attacked the little yellow girl that had a diploma. Yeah, at the school, she was a school principal, something, but Khadijah attacked her. She's an attack dog. That's her, you know, big old girl, that's what she do. She just attack dog. So, now Mukhtar, they've always had low-level jobs. And they would talk about Mukhtar like Luqman, those people would talk about, well, that's Mukhtar. Mukhtar is sitting right there. That's Mukhtar, you know. He's just a dummy. Abdul-Malik definitely thought it was dummies. He treated them like dummies. I would say, Mukhtar, you don't have to, you can take this quick management thing here, right here, and you don't have to go to school to get a degree. You'll learn what we, no, you know, I think he ought to go on and get, Abdul-Malik wanted to go through that educational process to slow him down. Now, with all of this stuff backed up, Abdul-Malik is gone, 2008. Mukhtar comes in and begs for the position. So we said, fine. I know his history. He didn't already drummed up 20-something thousand in debt. I already know who the people are. I don't want to sound like I already know who the people are, all of them. Ain't nothing I can do about it. I just know who people are. I know who people are, 99% of them. So that's all. That's the way that is. I know that. I know that because of all other stuff floating around in the air. But why do they do what they do? Brother, 98% of the people, if you give them a choice to work for the government against the people, they'll take it every time. It's only 1 or 2% of the people. It's only 1 or 2% of the people that go after their dreams like they want. Right. It's only like, it's not every people go, look, personally, I know how people look at me like, they look at me and either awe or dazzle or something, let's call it weird, because they know something's going on. They don't nigga get to be 74 years old on no luck. It's not luck. They already know that. But I'll tell you, from my position, I always use the term ethics. Ethics, ethics, ethics. Personally, I'm not doing anything against what we call human ethics, especially Islamic ethics. I'm not doing it for no reason, because the gift is not worth the cost. Whatever they give you, other people don't see it that way. It is self-esteem, it's self-this, it's self-that, self-image psychology. All it, that's what it is, that's part of it. But the human being respects functional authority. And that's what the white man had. He has the authority. long as he uses authority, they will support him up until that period of shakiness and destabilization. But you got to remember, the white man's authority is under blistering attack. Not only from Asians and Chinas and all of those, but from white women, Me Too's. They challenge the white man's authority. They ain't challenging niggas. Technically, they're beginning to sympathize a little bit, you know, on the quiet side, because there's oppressed and oppressor. When they come out with the 99% and the 1%, that's not exactly accurate, but it's like 90 to 10. The 10% got all, they got, the statistics is ridiculous. The 5 or 10% own more than the 95%. That's insanity. That's a setup. That's like we live in a village and you one family and the 99 people out there, and they walk by your house every day and they look at your house. Eventually, they're going to say, look at us and look at them. All we got to do is move on the 1%, right? That is, we can't, there's a feeling about history, and history always moves and changes. That's the only certainty it is. But we're living in the best time in history and the most dangerous time. That's the way it always is. In each period of history, it gets better and it gets worse at the same time. White folks do statistics. They say there's less war and less killing now than it ever was.
Right.
I said, dog.
People are living longer.
People are living longer, but actually, man, those old battles, swords and shields, it would be 200,000, 300,000. It would be 500,000 troops, man, Romans marching down the way. And 100,000 of them would get killed. Good. I said, you know, the Romans used to stomp their foot when they marched, because it would make the earth shake. It'd be so many of them. Oh, so good God Almighty. It was just a psychological thing. In answer to your question, it's a combination of things. Self-esteem, self-image, and fear. Fear is big time. Fear is big time. Fear is not everything, but it's so much. Fear of change, fear of challenge, fear of the unknown, just scared. You know, that's what I will close with this. I go to all the Masjid, and the people are all praying, and so the average person, they would think, man, our Masjid should be full like that. I don't think that. I'm glad we're over here by ourselves. I'm glad I'm not them. With 10,000 people and everybody's scared. Hey, no indeed. I wouldn't want to do it, and I wouldn't do it. I would not be over there just using Islam as a ritual. But we don't blame them, because that's what they've been taught. I'll close for real in a minute. We have to encourage them to improve their deen. to show them what it's about. That's the part of As-Sabiqun al-Awwalun, this stage, this phase, is to get close with the people, be patient with the people, and actually kind of make it all right to be revolutionary, but not too revolutionary. You know, we got to have, and I keep saying we, but since we're doing the job, I believe it's our responsibility to figure out the right combination of all of these things that are needed and doing. That's all. And I think this is the time. 97% certain it's the time. If it's not, it's our time. And we're going to do what we think is the right thing to do during this time. That's technically the main thing. When you do that, you can't lose. Is that all? All right. Akula kali hada wa astaghfirullah wa lakum.